Om Sai Ram. Welcome to Shirdi Sai Baba Satsang. In today's episode, let us know the sacred Sri Sai Raksha Vrat, a powerful vrat that has brought countless miracles into the lives of devotees. This vrat has been explained in detail in Telugu language by one of the Baba's ardent followers and a spiritual master, Sri Timmarazu Vishwapati Ramakrishna Murthy ji, popularly known as Vishwapati, whom Baba divinely inspired to write about it. The sacred book provides complete details: who can perform the vrat, how and when to perform it, the 5 divine stories to be read during the vrat, and most importantly, the blessings Baba showers on those who observe it with devotion. Devotees who have performed this vrat with faith are experiencing unimaginable miracles, all rooted in the 5 divine stories, each one a living testimony of Baba's love and divine blessings. In these stories, we see Baba blessing a homeless devotee with a house, appearing in physical form as a doctor to perform a life saving operation, blessing childless couples with children, protecting a devotee from a fatal accident, and in a truly wondrous miracle, giving speech to a mute child. Baba has also promised that when a devotee performs this vrat with full faith and a pure heart, he comes to accept their offering, prasad, in any form, a relative, friend, animal, bird, or even a stranger, and fulfills their heartfelt desires. Let us know all these in this episode today. According to Sri Viswapati ji, anyone who performs this vrat with sincerity and devotion and reads the 5 divine stories will receive Baba's blessings in various ways: overcoming hardships, relieving suffering, finding employment, getting married, and fulfilling their heartfelt desires. The vrat is performed just like a traditional puja. It begins with the worship of Lord Ganesh, followed by the prayers to Navagrahas, 9 planets, and the Ashtadikpalakas, guardians of the 8 directions. Then comes the chanting of Sri Shirdi Sai Baba's Ashtottar Shataramavali, 108 names of Baba, followed by Adhanga Puja or Anga Puja. After that, the 5 divine stories are read, Naivedya, food offering is placed before Baba, and finally, the puja concludes with Mangala Arati. What makes this vrat so special is the divine assurance given by Baba. The author writes that when this vrat is performed with complete devotion, Baba himself comes that very day in some form as a friend, relative, a stranger, or even in the form of a dog, cat, bird, or insect, and partakes of the prasad offered with love. Baba himself is said to have revealed this divine secret. I too had recently experienced this blessing. Anyone can perform this vrat. There are no restrictions on age, gender, caste, creed, or time. It can be observed at home, in temples, or anywhere on any day. However, it is considered especially auspicious if performed in a temple on a Thursday or on a Purnima day. Now let us look at the 5 stories to be read at the end of the vrat. First story. In a remote village of Ahmednagar lives a cobbler named Vishwanath Rao, a devoted follower of Sai Baba. Every day, without fail, he worships a small photograph of Baba with deep devotion. After completing his morning prayers at home, he carries the photo to his workplace beside the road, hangs it on a pillar, and only then begins his work. In the evening, he takes Baba's photo back home. This forms his daily sacred routine. Vishwanath never demands money from his customers. He gratefully accepts whatever they offer. On most days, he barely earns 2 rupees, which makes it extremely difficult to support his wife and 2 daughters. Yet he continues to live with contentment, relying entirely on Baba's grace. One afternoon, while working as usual, he heard a government announcement about a housing scheme for low income people. Hope fills his heart. He thinks, a house would give my family a peaceful shelter. With deep faith, he prays to Baba. But his hope soon fades when the government announces that anyone who wishes to apply must deposit rupees 300 by 1st of the following month. Vishwanath knows that the amount is far beyond his reach. Still, he prays with unwavering faith, believing that Baba can make the impossible possible. In the following days, by Baba's grace, he manages to earn 200 rupees, a miracle in itself. But with only 2 days left and still short by 100 rupees, he realizes the odds are against him. Yet, on the first, he walks to the revenue office, clinging to hope. He approaches the clerk, explains his situation, and pleads for help. The clerk bluntly rejects him, saying no money, no application. Crushed, Vishwanath stands outside the office, silently praying to Baba. Time keeps slipping away, but he refuses to leave. Suddenly, a thought arises in his heart to meet the higher officer. Gathering courage, he walks in and starts explaining his condition. But the officer gently interrupts him and says with a smile, "Don't worry, half an hour ago, your father came and deposited rupees 300 for you. Your name is on the approved list." He reads out Vishwanath's name and application number. Stunned, Vishwanath stands speechless. His father passed away long ago. Who else could it be? In that moment, he realizes Sai Baba himself has come in his father's form and fulfilled his prayer. Overwhelmed with gratitude, he rushes to home and shares the entire incident with his wife. Both of them break into tears of joy and bow in reverence before Baba's photo. Soon after the family is allotted house, they move in with their daughters and begin a new chapter of life. From that day on, they worship Baba daily in their new home, never forgetting the divine grace that lifted them out of despair. Their life remains simple, but their hearts overflow with faith, love, and unwavering devotion to Sai Baba, whose blessings give them not just a roof over their heads, but a living testimony of Baba's boundless compassion. The second divine story is of Sri Bhanoji, a priest who lives in a small village near Gulbarga. One day he visits a devotee's house to perform Sri Satyanarayan Vrat. While preparing for the puja, his eyes fall on a photo of Sai Baba hanging in the house. He gazes as if for a long time, captivated by the divine radiance on Baba's face. The house owner notices Bhanoji's deep admiration and the joy on his face. Moved by this, he offers Bhanoji another photograph of Baba to take home. Though Bhanoji had heard about Sai Baba's greatness and miracles before, this is the first time he actually sees Baba's image. From that moment, he feels intensely drawn to Baba, and his wife and two daughters also begin to remember Baba with devotion every day. One day, Bhanoji develops severe stomach pain. He visits a nearby doctor, but the pain does not subside. In pain and fear, he prays fervently to Baba for relief. As his condition worsens, he is taken to a hospital. The doctor there advises immediate surgery and strictly instructs him not to move. He also informs them that a specialist, Dr. Palnitkar from Gulbarga, must come to operate, but it would take 3 to 4 hours for the doctor to arrive. Bhanoji becomes frightened. His pain grows more intense by the minute, and his condition becomes dangerous. The family waits anxiously for the doctor's arrival. Bhanoji continues to chant Baba's name, praying for protection and mercy. Suddenly, a horse cart arrives at the hospital, and a radiant man, glowing like gold's shine, he walks in confidently and introduces himself as Dr. Krishna Rao, saying that Dr. Palnitkar sent him as a replacement because another surgery delayed him. Without delay, he takes Bhanoji to the operating theatre and completes the surgery in just 20 minutes. The operation was successful. After giving instructions, he leaves in the same horse cart. Soon after, the hospital doctor, Dr. Ramnatham, tells the family, Sai Baba has surely sent this doctor in time to save Bhanoji's life. There is nothing to worry about now. About half an hour later, another man walks into the hospital and introduced himself as Dr. Palnitkar. He explains that the bus he was travelling on had an accident, which caused the delay. Eagerly he asks, "Where is the patient? Let me operate immediately." Dr. Ramanathan, confused, replies, "But doctor, the operation is already over. Half an hour ago, a doctor named Krishna Rao came here. He said you had sent him in your place. He operated on Banoji and left just now. Shocked, Dr. Palitkar responds, what? I don't know anyone named Krishnarao. And there is no doctor with that name in all Gulbarga. At that moment, everyone present realized the truth. Sai Baba himself had come in the form of Dr. Krishnarao, performed the surgery and saved Bhanoji's life. Their eyes filled with tears, tears of devotion, gratitude, and wonder at Baba's limitless compassion. From that day on, Bhanoji and his entire family became devoted followers of Sai Baba, worshipping him every day for the rest of their lives. This Leela is yet another living proof of Baba's love. He never abandons his devotees, no matter how critical the situation. His divine hands always protects those who remember him with faith and surrender. Third story. In a village near Chitrapur, near Bijapur, lives a humble priest named Sri Ramashastri. He earns his living by performing religious rituals and pujas. He never demands money for his services. He accepts whatever little he receives with contentment and leads a simple life with his wife, Rukmini. More than 6 years have passed after their marriage, but the couple remains childless. They consult several doctors, visit many temples, and perform numerous pujas, but they still cannot conceive. They long for a child, yet all their efforts go in vain. One day, Ramashastri walks towards the main road to attend to some work. A fakir stops him on the road. Smiling compassionately, the fakir asks, Son, are you sad because you have no children? The question stuns Ramashastri. He wonders how the fakir knows about his personal sorrow. Moved and curious, he bows to the fakir and asks how he knows and if there is a remedy. The fakir gently advises, perform Sri Sai Raksha Vrat. Baba will bless you with a child soon. This vrat is simple but powerful. If you do it with complete devotion, Baba himself will come to you the very same day in the form of a guest, a relative, an animal, a bird, or even an insect and accept your offering. Baba treats his devotees like his own children and always cares for them. Encouraged by the words, Ramashastri returns home and tells his wife Rukmini about the divine encounter. They invite friends and relatives and perform Sri Sai Raksha Vrat with complete dedication and devotion. Miraculously, within a month, Rukmini conceives. In time, she gives birth to a healthy baby boy. Sometime later, Ramashastri receives an invitation from a wealthy man in Bijapur. Since only one bus leaves their village early at 6 a.m., Ramashastri gets ready early and walks fast to catch it. As he hurries, the same fakir appears once again. Ramashastri greets him quickly and tries to excuse himself that he needs to catch the bus. But the fakir stops him and begins asking questions like, how did you perform the vrat? Do you still perform it regularly? What is your son's name? These seemingly simple questions delay Ramashastri by 20 minutes. He grows restless and anxious, feeling that the fakir is wasting his time. After the brief conversation, the fakir lets him go. Ramashastri rushes to the main road only to see that the bus has already left. Disappointed and upset, he thinks, if I had caught that bus, I could have earned some good money today. He returns home and explains everything to his wife Rukmini. Later that morning around 10 a.m., they hear loud cries coming from a neighbor's house. Ramashastri runs there to check. To his shock, he learns that the bus he missed has fallen into a canal just beyond the village. Several passengers have died and many others are critically injured. In that moment, realization strikes him. The fakir is none other than Sai Baba himself, who appears just in time to delay him and save his life. With eyes full of tears, Ramashastri bows before Baba's photograph and says with remorse, Baba, now I understand. You came to protect me, and I, in my ignorance, thought you were holding me back. Please forgive me, Baba. From that day onwards, Ramashastri and his family began performing Sri Sai Raksha Vrat every Thursday, offering their heartfelt prayers and gratitude to Baba for the rest of their lives. This beautiful Leela reminds us that Baba never abandons his devotees. Even when we don't realize it, He watches over us, protects us, and guides us in mysterious ways. If we chant His name even once a day and remember Him with faith, Baba takes care of our families and fills our lives with peace, protection, and blessings. Fourth story. In a village near Solapur, Maharashtra, a weaver named Anandrao lives with his wife. He stays in a joint family with his brothers, where everyone works in the weaving profession. While all the brothers have children, Anandrao and his wife have remained childless for over 9 years. They visit temples, perform various pujas and vrats, and consult many doctors, but nothing works. Disheartened, they live in quiet sorrow. One day, a customer tells him about the powerful Sri Sai Raksha Vrat. Filled with new hope, Anandrao and his wife perform the vrat with complete faith and devotion and pray to Baba to bless them with a child. Baba hears their prayers and soon blesses them with a beautiful, healthy baby boy whom they lovingly name Sai Krishna. As Sai Krishna grows, he brings immense joy into their lives. They realize that he cannot speak. Though they feel grateful to Baba for the gift of a child, their heart breaks seeing him mute. One morning, Sai Krishna goes out to play with other children, but he does not return even by afternoon. His parents grow anxious. Since their son cannot speak, they fear he won't be able to ask anyone for help. Anandrao alerts the villagers and searches everywhere, but they find no sign of the boy. Just as despair begins to take hold, they see Sai Krishna returning, holding the hand of a stranger. The parents rush to their son, relieved and emotional. They begin telling the stranger how worried they were, mainly because their child cannot speak. But the man smiles and gently interrupts, saying, "Wait, this boy is not mute anymore. He can speak, and he speaks clearly." The parents stare in disbelief as the man continues, "I work as a clerk in a neighboring village. Today, at my landlord's house, we performed Sri Sai Raksha Vrat. Your son came there, had the prasad, and then started talking. He told me his name, your names, and even the name of your village. So I brought him here safely." Stunned, the parents turn to their son. Sai Krishna begins speaking fluently, describing everything that happened. He says, "While I was playing in the morning, a very handsome fakir came to me. He smiled and called me gently. I followed him without any fear. He held my hand and took me to a large house where people were performing Sri Sai Raksha Vrat. After dropping me there, he disappeared. Then this uncle gave me prasad, and once I ate it, I started speaking." The parents realized at once that the fakir was none other than Sri Sai Baba himself, who lovingly appeared, guided their son, and fulfilled their deepest wish most miraculously. From that day onwards, Anandrao and his wife began performing Sri Sai Raksha Vrat every Thursday, offering their gratitude and love to Baba with deep devotion. This divine Leela reminds us that Baba never abandons his devotees. He watches over them constantly, protects them in moments of danger, and blesses them in ways beyond imagination. When we surrender to Him with true faith and patience, He guides and protects us every step of the way. Baba's love knows no limits. His grace can transform any life. Let us remember Him daily, even by chanting His name once, and He will take care of the rest. Fifth story. In a village near Bidar, a shepherd named Birappa lived. He serves under a wealthy landowner, Mr. Govankar, who pays him a small monthly salary to take the sheep out for grazing in the morning and return them safely by evening. Birappa, unmarried and alone, leads a modest life with the little he earns. He has no family, no parents or relatives, just his job, which he does sincerely. Though Mr. Gavankar is wealthy, he behaves miserly. He rarely pays his workers well and often shows little kindness. However, he maintains a spiritual side. He visits Lord Hanuman's temple on Tuesdays and performs Sri Sai Baba bhajans at home on Thursdays with only his family alone. One day, a Sai Baba devotee gives Birappa a large photograph of Baba. Birappa, having never seen such a grand image of Baba, feels deeply moved. From that day on, he began developing an intense devotion to Baba. Even during his shepherd duties, He thinks of Baba constantly, remembers his form, and feels spiritually connected to him. One evening, as usual, Birappa returns with the sheep and leaves them in the yard. Mr. Govankar counts the sheep and notices one is missing. Angrily, he scolds Birappa and orders him to go out at once and find the missing sheep despite the darkness outside. Birappa obeys without protest. He searches through the night, walks across thorny paths, injures his feet, and does everything he can do to locate the lost sheep but fails. The next morning, he returns tired and wounded and informs Mr. Govankar that he couldn't find it. Instead of showing understanding, Govankar beats him, insults him, and fires him from his job. Birappa pleads with folded hands, explains that this is his only livelihood, and begs to be allowed to stay. But Govankar refuses and sends him away. Heartbroken, Birappa returns to his small hut and weeps. With no one else to turn to, he sits before Baba's photograph and prays sincerely. He says, Baba, I don't know any other work. This was my only job. Please help me, Baba. From the very next day, Govankar starts facing losses. One business after another begins to fail, and he cannot understand the reason. After some days, a saint visits his home. Desperate for answers, Govankar approaches the saint and explains his situation. The saint closes his eyes, meditates briefly, and then speaks. A few days ago, one of your sheep went missing. You insulted your shepherd and dismissed him even though he begged for mercy. 2 days later, the sheep returned, but you kept silent. The shepherd Birappa is deeply devoted to Sai Baba. Baba is displeased with your actions, and that is why you are suffering losses. If you want peace again, bring him back and give him his job. Govankar feels stunned. He never told anyone that the sheep had returned. Yet the saint describes it exactly. In that moment, he realizes the saint is none other than Sai Baba himself. Filled with remorse, Govankar rushes to his home altar, falls at Baba's feet, and begs for forgiveness. He then goes to Birappa's hut, apologizes him sincerely, and reinstates him, this time offering double the salary. From that moment on, peace returns to Govanskar's life. He transforms into a generous, kind-hearted man and begins to worship Sai Baba with complete devotion. This Leela shows us Baba protects his devotees, especially those who serve him with sincerity and love. He never tolerates injustice, and when needed, he personally intervenes to set things right. These 5 divine stories of Sri Sai Rakshavrat beautifully reveal the boundless grace, compassion, and ever-living presence of Sri Sai Baba. These stories are not just miracles from the past, they are living testimonies of Baba's love that continues to flow even today for those who hold on to him with faith and patience. Sri Sai Rakshavrat is a sacred path through which countless devotees have experienced Baba's divine presence in their lives. Let us too, with sincere devotion, perform this vrat, remember Baba's name daily, and surrender all our worries at his feet. For the one who calls out to Baba with love, he never fails to respond. We'll meet again in the next episode with another beautiful blessing of Sai Baba. Om Sai Ram.